I just need a head count of how many people in the chat haven't finished Persona 5. That is something I need before we start.
It's a long game, dude. It's a really long game.
It's a long... Man, you've had 6 months. The game's been out almost 6 months.
It's been... Oh, shit.
Snap.
Oh,
It's
never
me.
mind.
On camera.
Yeah, you're about to... It's a long game, 6 months. You sound like certain doctors on the Nintendo.
I'll be right back.
It's a long game.
Yo, this man playing the long game.
I'm 60 hours in. I'm pretty far.
How far are you? When was
I'm
the
at
last
the end
thing
of
you
the
did?
5th palace. I'm at the end of the 5th palace.
Oh, man! You're towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Gotta hurry up and get that shit popping, boy.
Well, I'm also like, I want to like max out my friends and stuff. It's just like it's like stressful. It's like,
Oh yeah, dealing with virtual friends is always
it's so much harder than dealing with real people.
Yeah.
What? We're not real people? Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
I
no,
have never met you.
I was
yes,
saying
I did.
it's hard. It's hard to balance real world people and then virtual people and then virtual people. So I understand.
I was just gonna say that like I never met Jamal, so he might not be real, but I did meet him. So.
What? Wow! This dude forgot. Oh my gosh!
Whoa! We don't do a podcast in months, and
it's like I've never met Jamal. Oh my god!
I immediately remember
that you did.
Except for that
time that we did, a few months ago. Yeah, that.
That is whoa, Ryan. You're already on strike 2, bro. You're already on the second strike, and we're not even 5 minutes into tonight's episode. Hey. He's like, oh, I wish I met Jamal, except that time that I did.
Except that time in June the 25th,
24th.
Oh,
was it the 24th? Are you sure?
Yeah, because it was my birthday.
Oh,
okay.
So Jamal gets half a L. Ryan gets the whole L.
The whole L.
It's like 150% L.
And Chris remains L free. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fantastic, fabulous, and now quarterly episode of Hunt the Truth. I am one of your hosts, Chris, aka L Dodger Supreme, aka Tall Black Guy with Glasses, aka the only guy in this chat who finished Persona 5 in the month that it came out, aka
the guy who took you to the beat dream drop distance. Don't forget that part.
Oh yeah,
actually,
it was like 3 years.
It wasn't a year. It was 10 months.
10 months.
I think it was 3 years.
You got to get them. It was not. I remember that.
Have you played 2.8 yet?
I don't own it.
Yeah, but like you could borrow it from someone. I'm sure one of your friends has.
Next time you're down, you're gonna play it.
The only person that I know who actually owns the game and I actually know them is Jamal.
I own it too. Hey, wait, you don't know me?
Well, you won't invite me to your house for a play date, so apparently not.
Play date? What the hell?
Well, I need your parents' phone number so our parents can talk to each other and set up an appointment.
I don't know about that. My mom would much rather you come over to my place just to be safe. Because I tell her I'm going over some guy named Ryan's house over there in that part of New York, and she'll be like, "Huh? What?
That part of New York? Are you?"
This is factual.
All right. So let me introduce the other co-hosts. We got the one, the only, Tundex. How you doing?
Hey.
How you doing today?
I'm good. Just chilling. Just got finished doing a lot of teacherly things, and now I'm just chilling.
Teaching the youth.
protecting our schools.
Wait, that's something else.
Someone just said that Jamal's the guy that lost in the Jelly Bean Challenge. Oh shit. Yo, they're bringing up shit from 2 years ago.
Man, that stuff was disgusting. Yeah, I threw up, but whatever. We're not gonna dwell on the past. I really did, not on camera though. But
I don't blame him. Yeah, when I say he darted off screen, yo.
Are those jelly beans really that bad?
Yes.
No, not necessarily.
Okay, I'll say this. It's the smell. It leaves an aftertaste and a smell.
Oh, yeah.
And that smell with my breath made me throw up, bro.
No one buys those anymore. That fad's over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I've had students come up like, "Hey, Mr. Tundex, here, have a jelly bean." No, I'm not stupid. No.
That's like an old person thing to do. Like,
and then they're like, "Oh, I need to go get some water." No, you shouldn't have had them nasty jelly beans. That is your fault. Haha.
I remember I was at a candy store once, and they were giving out peanuts, and they were wasabi peanuts. I'm like, you motherfucker.
What a time to be alive. My gosh. Speaking of alive people who forget that they've met living individuals, we got the one and only Shadow Slayer. What up, man?
Thank you, my good sir.
The name still.
Yeah.
You didn't put the numbers at the end, but
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. What was it 624?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
The day that I can change my PSN name, it's gonna be a happy day. It's gonna be a glorious day.
What would you change your PSN name to?
Didn't it say it's coming with the 5.0 update? You can change your name, or was that a lie?
That's a lie. Nothing's been confirmed. But apparently they've been researching it heavily, like people who are in the know.
Yeah.
It's an issue they are looking into.
Oh, dude.
It's like the PSN is so fundamentally fucked up that it's like that hard.
Yeah,
it's like they made a network before they made a network.
Yeah.
Keep your credit card information off of there. Oh, and I will say the chat has asked that we all use Facecam. That's up to you guys if you want to or not to.
I don't have Facecam on me.
Oh, you know?
No. I'm at school. I didn't bring my webcam.
Boy, wow, he's dedicated. He's dedicated. I know. It's a nice contrast.
So what?
I said Ryan's a very dedicated individual. Like, where are you? Are you in like a library stairwell or something?
No, I'm in a dorm.
Oh, you're in the dorms. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have my own room.
Oh, okay.
What? It's a library stairwell.
No, I thought you were staying late to study, and you're like, hey, let's podcast 9 p.m. at the damn library.
Take a break from studying, you know?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And we actually do have one more special guest joining us. You guys might remember him from, like 6 quarterly episodes ago. He joined us for one.
Only 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, you know? Yeah.
If you watch the playlist, it was very recently.
Yeah.
It's very recent, but at the same time not. We got Jordan from the Potion Shop. He'll be joining us, but he's currently on his way home driving.
I don't think he does that anymore, but he's a writer for DualShockers now.
Jordan from the Potion Shop, where they make DualShock controllers. He's going to be joining us later on. So first off, hello to all the lovely people in the chat. It's nice seeing you guys. I saw some interesting comments. Someone said that they're probably fucking around, but they said they found 2.8 on a park bench.
Yo, I got a story about not 2.8, but one of my games got stolen. Well, not stolen, but left. Battletoads on the NES back in the day.
Whoa.
Letting somebody borrow it. Yeah, man, this is old school. Letting our friends borrow it. They left it at the park, and that shit got taken.
Oh.
Yeah, you can take that in. You can take that in the Pawn Stars and make a killing.
Was this how long ago was this? Like back in the 90s?
Oh, this was when it was actually relevant.
Oh shit! Damn! So this is before it blew up. Whoa!
So like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm the old fogey here. It's all good.
We're so old, dude. Oh my god.
I am. All right. What are we talking about today, guys, other than me being old?
All right. So we got a couple of topics here. Nothing too specific since, like I said, there hasn't really been a lot of stuff going on in the gaming industry.
Let me inject real quick. I think we should wait for Jordan to talk about Final Fantasy 15 because he likes that game. What? Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah, Jordan likes Final Fantasy 15. We'll save this. Save it. Can it?
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, you took the words out of my mouth, Ryan. There were a couple of topics I wanted to wait until our special guest got here because the Final Fantasy 15 fuckery is the main meat and potatoes of today's episode,
and it's very real.
Yeah, it's extremely real. And then the other portion was a TGS recap, and I don't know about y'all, but I didn't watch TGS at all this year.
Keep up with TGS whatsoever.
I didn't even know what was going on. Like,
seriously, I saw people making videos like, "Oh crap, that's happening." Oops.
The best thing to happen at a TGS is a re-release of Final Fantasy 9.
Hey, there we go, baby. There we
got it.
So we're going to wait for Jordan to come back because he's, like, I guess, a fan of those sort of Japanese shows. I don't know. I've only watched one in my life, and
he's a weeb. He's a weeb.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing some of the stuff he's been playing on Vita, and I'm just like, bro, that's
he not even. He lived in Japan for a month. I mean, like,
I thought he lived there for a year. What the hell?
No, it was a month.
That's why we didn't That's why we didn't get to meet the guy. Well, I didn't get to meet the guy. I think Chris, you met him.
I met him, at Comic-Con a few years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago. Jeez.
I met him because I had classes with him, and it turns out that it's a very small world.
That was so funny. Okay,
really?
So we'll bring up the story. We'll bring up the story when Jordan gets here, but let's move into one of the first topics. The most generic comeback topic you could pick. Most anticipated games for the fall season. Gentlemen, I gotta say, as far as fall seasons for video games go, this is the one that I've actually been looking most forward to. 2017 in general has been a great fucking year for games.
It's probably the best year I can remember.
Everyone keeps mentioning 2014 as like the last contender of like best year for games.
Give me some games that came out that year.
Wolfenstein. We had Shadow of Mordor. I think we had Shadow of Mordor.
There was Smash Bros that year. Smash
Bros. Shadow of Mordor.
That's when I started playing Final Fantasy 14.
The Evil Within. South Park. When Jamal
South Park
playing.
Yeah, South Park was 14.
Yes.
That's when it came. That's when Final Fantasy 14 came to PS4.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, we had a lot of games there. I just can't remember all. Alien Isolation, that was a great one.
There's Jordan. There he is.
Oh, wow.
He's here. He heard
Alien Isolation. I was going to let you speak.
I am not the only person on cam. Hello, Jordan. What's up?
Hey.
There's a lot of posters. Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, it's been accumulating over the years. I'm even more in front of me right now. You should see this. It's craziness.
I gotta work on my room now. You're making me feel bad.
I see that Apes poster in the back.
Oh yeah, dude. When I worked at a movie theater, got that one for free.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
Coming out.
Which movie?
I don't
know. 16.
Yo, okay. So now that he's here, let's talk a little bit about how Ryan and Jordan actually met, because it's a really funny story. So here's the thing. So both of these guys followed me via YouTube, right? And I friended them, came cool and everything. And then I remember one day, I think it was like, a year ago, Jordan, you sent me a message saying, hey, I think one of the guys from your podcast is in my class.
Yeah. And we went through a really weird class.
Yeah, I don't even want to say the name of the class, really. Because it's kind of a weird class.
It was really a politically driven class. And let's just leave it at that. But it was funny. We were both bystanders kind of in the class, and I think he just kind of whispered over to me one day, "Hey, you know Chris Dema?" I was like, "What?"
How do you wait? How do you go up to a random person and say that?
No. So here's how it happened. So Jordan and I were both fans of Kind of Funny before.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Okay. So I looked on his computer and I saw he was being a mod on their forums. That's kind of cool. And then I looked at the Kind of Funny fan group and I saw that he posted, and I'm like, actually no. So I saw he was on the Kind of Funny forums. I'm like, that's funny. I didn't know he was a mod. And then I was looking down the Facebook group. And I'm like, that looks suspiciously like the class I'm taking a class with. And then I click on his profile and it says mutual friends with Chris Dema. And I'm like,
Yes.
So I take a leap of faith. I'm like, the next day I'm like, are you friends with Chris Dema? Yeah, that must have shocked
crazy too, because I obviously knew you, Chris, a little bit better than two. So we were both, I feel like me and Ryan were kind of mutually kind of the same friendship level. I don't know.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Wow, that's just incredible. That's amazing. Look at this. Bring it.
It's a small world after.
Yeah. I can cross that off my list, man. People I know.
Chris, bringing people together.
Goals as fuck. Yo, just. I'm gonna tell my wife about this story one day in the next 15
years.
Who's
going to Comic-Con in this chat?
I am not. I kind of wrestled with the idea, but then it's time to take a break from the convention scene.
I think about it. I'm a teacher, and that's way up in New York, and I can't really take the time off. So.
I think the biggest small world thing that happened to me was I found Pete Dorr before he blew up. When he was
I have a friend that did the same thing. He actually knew him or whatever.
Yeah, so Pete Dorr, like I saw his account when he was at like 300, like small time.
Do stuff, by the way.
He does a lot of
he's a streamer. He's a big streamer now.
Okay.
And so I was watching him like, this guy looks familiar. And then one day it clicks, like, this is the guy who works at my Best Buy.
Yeah, he did work at that Best Buy.
Yeah, you worked there too. Hey.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all worked in what? Are there like 3 stores in that damn city?
No, there's a
Oh my god.
Best Buy sucks. Good Gamers Club though. That's like the best thing about Best Buy.
Gamer Club to
Gamers
go.
Club's ridiculous.
So like I'm the first person who ever recognized Pete, like talked to him in person because of his YouTube, like ever. He said I'm the first fan who ever recognized Pete Dorr IRL.
I met him at a like retro gaming convention.
I remember like I found Pete Dorr back in the days where you could just type in something random on YouTube and you would actually find a list of random people and not whoever was being pushed. Remember those days?
Yeah.
That's what Farm remembers.
Yeah, I used to watch him a long time ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember.
So what's our first topic, guys? What's our first topic?
Okay,
this is good conversation. Okay.
All right, it's history lesson. History lesson on hunt. You see, look at this. We're hunting our family lineage. Look at this. It's amazing. Oh, okay, but we might as well, since we were talking about it before Jordan came in, we were discussing our most anticipated games for the fall and how 2017 is just unequivocally one of the best years for gaming in recent memory.
Zelda.
Yes, Zelda. Starting off the year, Zelda, Persona, Nier. Like every month, there's been a big hitter. Horizon, Yakuza, Tales, Gravity
All
Rush.
the deluxe editions of games that I already bought on the Wii U.
And it's even if you don't like some of those games, which I don't like some of those games, like there's still like plenty for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how I'm feeling right now? I've got
Oh, the robot.
Oh, you botting, bro.
There he is.
So many games from the beginning of the year that I like still have to play where I'm actually not that excited about some of the upcoming games because I'm more excited about like going back and playing Nier Automata and finishing Persona 5 finally and like doing all these things. I know.
What is there with people?
I guess we're the
so
only
much
ones
to
who
do.
finished it. My God.
I haven't played Horizon yet. I've not played Touched Horizon Zero Dawn. I know nothing. Like I want to go back and finish that game.
I watched my brother play that game. I'm like, this isn't for me. I kind of just crossed Horizon off my list of interests.
I feel like I have to push
Horizon seems like it's cool, but you know, Zelda is better than Horizon.
Yeah,
because
I did. Zelda.
As a guy who played like 3 hours of Horizon before Persona came out, because I bought Horizon pretty late, and then Persona came out a week later. Horizon is cool, but I will say this though, like you have to play it. Because if you just look at the stuff that you can do, you would think it's Sony's version of a Ubisoft title. So you need to play it. It's actually very good.
I want to play it. I do want to play it. That needs to be the next game I buy. I might get it next paycheck.
Yeah, it's Sony shows you how to do a damn Ubisoft open world, right? It's really cool.
You know what I am excited about, like Switch games, like right now, like any kind of all the Switch games are coming out. I'm very optimistic about. Like I've kind of become more excited about Wolfenstein on the Switch, and I'm like, ooh, I might actually just wait and give that a shot.
Did you see Doom running? Did you see Doom running on the Switch though? It's not Doom.
I want to see it in my hand.
No,
so,
okay.
That's always where I'm convinced.
I'll hold that. Okay, I'll hold that.
I'll say this: as far as Switch goes, I'm actually very happy with the way it's been going. Because in the beginning, it was kind of rough, and even though all they've just been releasing are Wii U ports, I'm glad it consistently has a game or two per month, unlike the Wii U. So that's actually really cool.
Like I looked. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be right back. You guys keep talking, but you talk about Switch in the library. I'll be right back, guys.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm actually really excited about Mario. I think Mario is gonna be great.
Yes,
you know, that's
I am so excited for Mario. Holy moly!
I want to be excited for Mario. Nothing I've seen about Mario is making me excited. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it because I have a Switch now. And she's like, I have to play it, but it's like I'm not like excited for it. It just kind of looks.
Honestly, I think that's a good mindset because one thing I've noticed when it comes to a lot of these Mario games is like, let's be real, there hasn't been a great 3D Mario since Galaxy 2.
Oh, so, what a game!
Yeah,
You
but
consider
you know,
the 3D land and world games.
I actually
3D
I consider them 3D Marios, despite people saying they're not. They
Yeah,
are.
I really
are.
like
They're just a
3D land.
different kind of them. 3D Land is okay. 3D World was good, but it was just like, I don't want this on my console. I'd rather have this.
It wasn't necessary at the time at all. I understand that.
Also, like the cat stuff creeped me out.
The Katsu was great. It was like so good.
It was good. Yeah, the Katsu was good. But how they
pushed it too hard. They pushed it too hard.
But what I was saying, and the reason I left is
like you could take out a lot of enemies. Like it was a powerful suit. It was and
really
running up the wall,
climb up the walls,
and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Wii U needed not a lot. They were putting out a lot of games though that no one wanted. Everyone was like, I don't know, like Yoshi's Yarn and shit. Like this was just not games that the Wii U needed at the time. We needed like Star Fox early and like good things.
No.
Well, like I mean like appealing to the new IP as opposed to just like putting out these weird like Kirby drawing games and Yarn and like really appealing towards kids and shit.
We got Chibi Robo. What are you talking about?
I didn't play that actually.
With the Switch, I just was looking at my collection of games in my living room, and then I realized, like, dang, that Switch stack is getting kind of fat, and this isn't even dealing with the stuff that I have digital. Like, look at this.
Hey, girl, looking thick.
That's pretty good.
The Switch games, you know, like, wait.
How many of those are exclusives? Oh, what the fuck?
That was when Switch. When Switch can leave.
But that's a quality exclusive. That ain't a port.
Shut up.
I forgot about that game.
Well, that's not ports. Exactly. The ones that's not ports. Well, Puyo Puyo Tetris is on everything. Zelda, obviously. This is actually very good. Surprisingly, it's very fun. It's great. I love this game, and honestly, I would say this is probably the best exclusive that's out.
There you go. There you go.
Disgaea, which obviously, you know. Great game.
You got to.
I got this, and it's okay when you don't play with motion controls. Motion controls suck. I hate it. But
I agree.
Without motion controls, it's really good. I used a different cover for this game, Splatoon 2. That's fun.
Actually pretty cool.
Nice.
I almost forgot that existed for a second.
Yeah, Splatoon 2. Very great game. And the Mario Kart Deluxe. I don't really plan on getting
what about Pokken
tournament? I might get down the line, but I need to get some gift cards with give me some gift cards with Gamer Club Unlocked.
We need to be online right now to get our SNES classics.
Oh, snap. What are we doing? Let's go. Let's get online.
Everyone get in the car. Everyone get in the car.
No, we'll do it live. I got the unlimited 4G. We'll be good.
I want to play Final Fantasy VI again.
That's the one thing the Switch is really missing. The SNES Classic, all those games need to be on a Switch Virtual Console ASAP.
They do.
Where is the freaking Virtual Console? Like, that's what we need on the Switch. It's still missing so much. Yeah, they did talk about that. I need my Virtual Console. The Switch is so perfect for that.
You do need, Jamal. I'm surprised you didn't buy it. It just came out. What about that Xenoverse 2 for Switch?
Come on.
Wait, that's out?
Yeah, don't you want to play with the motion controls like the Wii?
Hold on. Real talk.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Xenoverse. I was thinking Xenoblade. I'm sorry. Xenoverse? No, screw that. I hate Xenoverse.
Real talk. Everyone stop. If you have a Switch, download right now until October 3rd, the 2 of the DLCs for Xenoverse 2 or 3, even if you don't have the game, so it's worth at least downloading just in case you get Xenoverse 2 down the line.
That shit'll go down in price, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I don't really want to play it on the Switch though. It's kind of like needs to run well.
I heard it actually runs somewhat decently.
Really?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm pretty. Now, see, the thing about it, like a lot of people, they downgrade and they say how weak the Switch is, which in comparison, yes, and we've seen verification of this with Doom, and we'll get into that later.
Rip.
But the Switch. Like what I've seen with, not Zelda. The one that actually showed me that the Switch looks pretty good is what is this? Where is it? The Mario and Rabbids. There's some stuff in there that is on there. It's like, wow, this looks pretty freaking good.
Well, Mario Kart 8 looks good.
Yeah, obviously, and they made it to 60 frames and everything. But they kept it at 60 frames. I think the Wii U was like at 59. It's like, okay.
Hey, there we go.
One frame.
Get that extra 1 frame.
I forgot. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 are coming out on the Switch.
Revitalitons. I have that copy with the misspells.
The first one's good. I just played it.
The second one
actually pretty good.
Yo, can
yeah,
they put Resident Evil 4 on the Switch?
They put Resident Evil 4 on everything.
They probably will. It's on the PS4. They'll put the Resident Evil 4.
No, how you know if a console is successful?
I was about to say that. You know a console's taking off if you have Resident Evil.
But
the first one would be awesome.
Oh, Resident Evil 0? Oh my god.
No, like the just Resident Evil.
Oh no, I meant like in tandem in general. That stuff too. Like,
if they do a GameCube virtual console, that's
no. We need the HD version.
The HD version. Like, why would they do that when they have HD versions out of it? But yeah, let's. I think we should talk about Doom since we're on the Switch. You know?
All right, so Doom, Bethesda, out of nowhere, like seriously out of nowhere, they announced that they are bringing 2 more games to Switch in addition to Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. They're bringing Wolfenstein 2, which is set for spring, so it's not launching with the other versions. And they're also bringing Doom, which is an unspecified date this fall, probably October, November, probably November. Honestly, this was pretty surprising to me, especially considering like it's Bethesda. You would think that someone like Ubisoft would come out with late ports, but it's Bethesda. So I don't know if Nintendo has been money hatting like we all want them to do or what, but they are coming to the system. And here's the thing. At first, I was actually really excited because this is the kind of third-party support that I wanted. Even though it's a 1.5-year old game, it's huge. It's Bethesda. And the fact that they're bringing 3 of their biggest titles, awesome. But then once I started seeing some of the gameplay, woo!
If you want the best version, you are definitely not going to play it on the Switch. No. However, what I will say for Nintendo people, and I am going to suffer through and play it on the Switch because I want more third-party support for the Switch.
You're gonna pay $60 though.
Shut up!
That game's like $15 now. On
$10 at GameStop.
But okay, I get it and I do understand. But from what I've heard from Digital Foundry, they talked about when they were playing it and everything, and they were saying that they made a PC version with the same specs to see how it runs and everything. And they were just trying to say, they said that the PC version, it would like slow down and everything, and it had like just bad.
Yeah, you can't compare like PC.
But to that, you can't do it to the console. But they were saying that when they actually played that version on the Switch, it was not slowing down. Textures were popping in faster and everything.
They said it's custom built. I'm pretty sure.
Doom played like Doom. And you get the full experience of Doom on the Switch. Even though it's not as crisp, the textures are not as good, the fidelity is not there. You're not going to get the most crisp and clear picture, but you have Doom that you can walk around with, you can take it with you, and have that same console experience on the go. Even though I was going to say a little uglier, but a lot uglier. It's not going to be
my thing is, I don't mind the graphics. The graphics, whatevs. I just want the frame rate to be stable.
It's 30.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. It's the Switch. It's basically a tablet, and you're trying to get something that is that intensive to run at 60 frames on that. When Nintendo doesn't want to put full power into it, it's not going to happen.
What I do want to say is they're like freakishly good like software engineers.
Right.
Yeah.
They could get it working if anyone can.
One thing, I'm just having flashbacks to Borderlands 2 on the Vita.
No. I'd say it's somewhat different now, but oh my god.
Oh yeah. But you remember that, Jordan.
What I'll say for Doom and Wolfenstein for that, if it's a steady 30,
right.
It is a steady 30.
I'll deal with it. If it doesn't dip below 30 while you're playing it, I'll deal with it, and I am going to support the third parties on the Switch. If you couldn't tell by my freaking collection that I have already, I support third parties, and I also have some games downloaded that are still supporting third parties as well. So Nintendo people, if you're in this chat and you don't support third parties, you are part of the problem, not the solution. Don't just support first party. Support third party so we get good stuff on this Nintendo consoles.
You're like that, like go the clap in between every word. Don't.
You got it.
Right. You got to support the third parties, guys. Boom, boom. Yeah.
Say it. But yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, back during the Wii U days, I think it was a different story. It was kind of like a catch-22, and you know this, Jamal. It's like we want games like, let's say, Batman Arkham Knight on the Wii U. So let's support Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. But that game didn't run as well as its, PS3 and 360 counterparts, even though it should have. So, like, it was such a catch-22. You want to support these games, but you don't want to go out there and pay for overpriced re-releases, missing DLC. I think it'll be better on the Switch, but I think a lot more developers are hesitant this time around. And I just think that
it's going to take people supporting it. That's what I'm saying. Wolfenstein, Skyrim, all these games, these third-party games, it's huge that people go and support them right now, because these are the first third-party, like, AAA titles that are coming to the Switch. So if you don't support them, they're going to be like, oh, it's just like it's always been. Nobody is going to support them. And Bethesda has never done anything for Nintendo either.
Yep.
So if we don't support them, they're going to be like, well, we tried. Nobody's going to support us, so no other content's going to come. And, like, if we're getting, like, all these games that are going to be coming late, maybe they'll actually put more development into it and get more people to work on it to where it can be truly optimized, and you can still get a very good experience on the Switch, even though it's not going to have the same graphics. And I'm okay with that. And being somebody who has the PlayStation 4 and the Switch, I'm okay. But I just want I want people to see that Nintendo people will support third party. And
I will say this. I will say this. If you are a Nintendo only owner,
oh my God, get it.
If you don't support the good, like, if you've only had a Nintendo system for 3 generations straight, first off, I feel sorry for you. Second, this is a great time. Oh, I completely forgot about this. L.A. Noire is coming to the Switch.
Oh yeah, L.A. Noire. That's right.
Isn't Steep supposed to be coming too?
I've never played L.A. Noire.
Steep? So okay. Isn't that the snowboarding game?
Yeah, isn't that in wasn't that like announced for it?
Steep.
Ubisoft.
Is Agent coming to the Switch?
Yeah.
Is Agent coming to the Switch?
Exclusively.
Well, let me check right now. I'm going to go on Rockstar's website and see if they still have Agent listed. I think they do.
God. Oh God, Agent.
Yeah, they do. They still have Agent PS3 exclusive on the website.
What a time.
This has been PSA from Tundex. Support your third parties on Nintendo.
There you go. That's
Rockstar Games is proud to announce Agent developed behind
support your third parties for Nintendo.
Agent will be available exclusively for PlayStation 3.
They haven't changed it?
No.
Oh God.
Oh.
Me and my friends talk about this all the time. Like, what if they just drop it on PS3? On PS3.
That'd be so fun. It's just like, here you go, guys. Oh wow.
What if it's like really good too?
Yo, you thought The Last of Us was the swan song. Oh boy. Nah, but yeah, so I hope the Switch does really well. I hope it gets a lot more games. Personally, me, myself, and I look at the Switch now more like, even though Nintendo doesn't want to admit it, I look at it as the successor to 3DS. So we can get a ton of this is what excites me the most. And Jordan, I think you'll appreciate this a lot.
What?
The Japanese support, like the JRPGs and stuff that we got on the Vita and the 3DS. In some cases, they just stayed on the 3DS. But could you imagine if they came out with, like, let's say some of those remakes, like Dragon Quest 8, built from the ground up on the Switch, like those level. Like, I'm just so happy that for the first time in a while, Japan actually has a somewhat capable handheld to develop RPGs on. Like, that's what I'm the most excited about, because we had to deal with, like, as much as I love the 3DS, some of those games got tiring after 2014. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
what, like, surprises me. Like, when I was in Japan, when the Switch first came out, Square Enix had so many games out exclusively in Japan, like a physical box for I Am Setsuna, and like a physical box of this other like Minecraft style game. I'm just thinking like why Square Enix wouldn't capitalize on like the rush of like a release of a console by putting their like Japanese IP on like out in the West. I feel like they'd make their money back. I mean, it couldn't be that. Is it that expensive? But I don't know. I was just like, I was surprised how many Square Enix games I saw on the shelf that you wouldn't find in like a Best Buy around here or anything. It's crazy.
That's the thing. I think Square, like, we know this for certain, especially when looking at games like Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, and stuff. Their entire focus on the Western market is so weird these days.
And they have Dragon Quest Builders coming. Like, imagine if they Dragon Quest Builders earlier on. Like, they must have not have decided to like be like, oh, we should. They were testing the waters.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like you said, they were testing the waters. They were like, we'll see how people take to this Switch thing, and then it starts taking off. And they're like, okay,
no one is prepared.
Everyone's got to play Dragon Quest Builders. It's so good. I loved it. I played it on the Vita, and I just having that on the go.
I'm not a fan of the Minecraft style games. Man.
I'm not either. I'm not like I guess I kind of am, but like I'm definitely more into the RPG stuff. Like I like the blend that they have in there, and with townspeople are cool and building it. It's more like RPG like town builder. I feel like for me personally, and that's why I like it. But if you're into the Minecraft stuff, it's great for that too. But like, I could understand.
They just announced a sequel. They announced a sequel to it.
Yeah, right? And I think it has multiplayer, which is pretty cool.
Oh shit!
So like having that on the Switch would definitely be fun.
Completely off topic. I'm looking back in Jordan's background, and I see Morgana right here staring.
Hey. No, it's not time to go to bed yet.
Go to bed. Take your ass to sleep.
let's not do that tonight. Please, not for another.
Have any of you guys played the Octopath Traveler demo?
I didn't. I need to download it.
Everyone get it. It's so good. I cannot wait for that game. I don't know if I thought it was kind of far-fetched. I don't know if you heard about, like, have listened to Kind of Funny this week, Ryan, but Tim Geddes said that the opening hours reminded him of Final Fantasy VI, and I don't think I agree with that, but like it's definitely up there. Like you definitely get like a rush of like retro, but also they have that cool what are they calling it? They like gave it a name, like the graphical style.
I know what you're talking about. It's like an HD retro, something like that.
Something ridiculous. Something really Square Enix and ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, but it's
I call the Octopath. I call that game Octodad.
That's what I thought of the sequel. Everyone thinks it's a sequel or something. I have so many people that don't know about the game. Are like, oh yeah, the Octodad. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. But Square needs to give that game.
They might change that. Hopefully,
they don't have a title yet. They said it's not a title.
They should call
2D HD. 2D HD. That's what people.
2D HD.
That's so weird. But they should definitely, I think, put a Final Fantasy title in it. Like I think because they've really like fucked it now with this Project Octopath Traveler thing for so long, and I've been listening to people talk about this all week. Like they shouldn't like just change the name of this game and then send it out there really quick. Like maybe that's not what they're gonna do, but I don't know. They're putting out a demo like this, and I feel like the game is coming out next year. Hopefully,
it's a ghost name. It's actually a Final Fantasy title.
How
crazy would that be?
Honestly, just call it Final Fantasy like default, like because it's by the Bravely Default people, and like Bravely Default is like based off of Final Fantasy game that came out on the DS. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but.
No, you're correct. Bravely Default is great, though. I love that game.
Yeah, Bravely Default is awesome. But this game is definitely a lot less intense than that, but it's still difficult. Like, because I feel like a lot of people were turned off by Bravely Default because of so many, like, it was so much more in-depth than a lot of, like, more...
Or it was chibi.
Yeah,
that's not a slug at anybody.
Like popular thing around here.
So, Final Fantasy Default 15.
Get Noctis as exclusive chibi.
Mr. MGS is like, I will not play Bravely Default because they're chibi characters.
Ooh, and did you guys see Noctis got confirmed for Dissidia?
He can stay away.
Yeah, Sora is not coming into.
I don't like him as a character, but I think his like fighting style is really. I like the teleporting with the swords.
We don't want him.
Hold on. Somebody said, "Is NeoGameSpark changing his mind about Nintendo being the side bitch of gaming?" Oh no, they still are.
No, they still are. I don't change that fact either. It's the truth. They are.
Like I would not want to just.
And they say NeoGameSpark, but I'm the person who said that.
You know what it was? Because I said I'm looking forward to Mario, and I hope that they get more quality ports. Yeah. Okay, but now let's move on to because I know.
What? Keep going. I'm just gonna type it.
Yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Project Octopath, but I'm just like, I'll wait till I get a Switch, and then I'll talk about it 6 months later. Hey guys, I finally played the demo.
Well, when's the next quarterly update? Probably like December, February.
It's pretty surprising. Like one of the stories in it, you get to play 2 character stories, and it's a pretty long demo. It's like it took me 45 minutes to run through the story, and then you can go back and do a few more things, and you could like farm and fight and stuff. It lets you do 2 stories, and they're both about the same length. But like one of them is pretty generic.
Pretty fucked up. Some says it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it has one that's like all about like you're basically playing as a prostitute, a dancer kind of.
Oh yeah, the dancer. Yeah.
In my Nintendo game.
Yeah, it's really. I enjoyed it a lot more than the first story. I thought it was actually good. Ulbrich is like the meaty warrior character you play as, and his story is like super generic. But I think Primrose is her name, the other character you get to play as, and she's really, really cool. So, but the dub is terrible. I hope they give us Japanese options. I can deal with dubs, but when they're like god awful, like I really need like Final Fantasy 15, I have to turn off and play in Japanese. Like, couldn't deal with it. It gets annoying.
I was about to say the Square Enix dubs as of late have not been good.
Yeah, I have not been.
Even Kingdom Hearts 3.
Final Fantasy 15. I don't. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
Like, so have you heard the Haley Joel Osment's like new Sora? It's like not good. It's like he's trying to sound like younger.
Well, he's been trying to do that since Dream Drop.
Isn't he like 30?
Yeah, he's getting old. Like
he's like my age.
Really, really forced.
They should have recast because he's still like isn't Sora still super young?
He's like
15.
16.
I'd say he's probably like 16, 17.
Yeah, Haley Joel. It's so funny.
He's being there like goofy.
Hey.
Nah, I'll say this. The funniest was playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and going back and playing Reach and Memories because it came out late.
Oh, that's
funny. You just hear his voice. Oh, God.
Seeing him as young Sora with that voice was like, what is going on? Ew.
That shit was funny. But speaking of Square Enix and all kinds of fuckery, we got some news to discuss about everybody's favorite RPG. Final Fantasy. Well, I'm sorry. Fraudulent Fantasy 15.
More like it is.
Yeah, they on their fuckery. So apparently, within some conversations, there are thoughts, there are opinions, there are movements that potentially Square Enix is considering, and I'm using very loosely because nothing is legit before y'all people say that I say they're doing it. They're thinking
You're just a hater.
Yes. I'm a manual hater. Square Enix is potentially looking into the ideas of releasing a Season 2 Season Pass for Final Fraudulent 15. Now, here's the thing. I don't care if you like the game, if you hate the game, if you sleep with the game, whatever. Can you say, without a shadow of a doubt, that they have justified releasing a second wave of DLC that y'all got to pay for up front? Now, the reason why we held this conversation until like 45 minutes later is because apparently someone in this chat, someone in this Hangouts group is actually a fan.
There's a traitor among us.
Nose goes.
Yeah, exactly. So, Mr. Jordan, I need you to explain your point of view. And while you do that, I will be right back.
Well, I'm not going to buy it. First, I played, with Final Fantasy 15, I played it, and I was like, meh, and I just left it. But, I think it's cool how they've continued to put work into it and, flesh out the story more. Because, I wish that was there originally.
Thank you.
I'm not going to pay for it, but I'm not going to get it. But I'm just the thing is, I like the updates that they've added since launch. I've gone back to play more Final Fantasy 15. It's actually pulled me back in. So I'm happy that they've continued to update and support the game because I think it needed that a lot. I get that they had to release it though. I guess it's because I get how it must have went So but like I do not like really that they're charging for this story. I mean, obviously it should have been there originally. It's unfortunate that they're charging for it. I don't think it's that expensive. It's not like, you know, like that. Like I feel like EA and like Ubisoft sell their season passes and stuff for like $50, and like with the Final Fantasy 15 DLC, I think it was $25 for the season pass.
It was
something like that. Yeah,
$25-$30. It's not like, you know, for Battlefield Premium, it's like $50. It's like it's not the most expensive DLC in the world. But I'm not gonna get it personally. I don't want to go back and like play story more. I originally went back to Final Fantasy 15 to try and platinum it, and actually the PS4 Pro patch is really good. It almost kind of runs at 60 frames per second. It looks really nice.
I recently just reinstalled Final Fantasy 15 because when it comes to the season pass with that game, I started playing 15 because I was not really sure about what it was going to be like. Started playing it like, you know what? It's not that bad. I'll go ahead and get the season pass. And then I played through the story and I realized what they were selling to me. And then I got so pissed because I already bought the season pass. I have yet to try anything that's on the season pass. And I'm still upset because I have the PSVR and I was looking forward to the gun stuff.
Fishing. Oh, yeah.
And now I was going to be fishing. Like, what? I wanted to shoot stuff. And you change the Prompto stuff. You get rid of Prompto stuff, and you go to fishing with VR. Like, come on. Well,
everyone who played the gun stuff said it sucked. So like maybe didn't miss anything.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. And
they wouldn't have canceled
it. That's what Tabata said, right? He was like, if people would just.
But they said that they are still using a lot of the Prompto stuff. It's in his story apparently. The ideas they have in VR, but I have yet to play any of the VR. I did not do the Chocobo festival. I didn't do the
Assassin's Creed. That's still going on.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I need to try it, I guess. But yeah, I just
you don't get the robes unless you finish the Chocobo Carnival.
Have you played Resident Evil in VR yet?
Yes, played it all the way through in VR.
Really?
Freaking game. I loved it all the way through, beginning to
end. Wait a second. The boat part, the game kind of falls apart a little bit when you get to the boat.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, that's when it kind of,
it goes back to not. It's like they had to restrain themselves not to make it an actiony game, and they just like lost their will when they got to the boat.
That Chris DLC looked terrible.
Yeah, that was the point when I just really I was like, I just want the game to end now when I got to the boat. So, yeah. Final Fantasy 15, that's what we're talking about, not Resident Evil.
Yeah. Transition over.
This ain't professional. We'll talk about whatever we want.
Okay.
What do you think about Final Fantasy 15 on the PC?
Good.
I mean, mods. That's all I got to say.
Oh, boy.
It'll be fun.
Apparently,
the
the Windows version comes with the first season pass, but if they do another one, it probably won't come with that.
But forget the PC version because the definitive version is going to be that mobile version.
Yeah. I mean, apparently it's like actually like a fun for a mobile game, but it's just like they're milking that game dry, and it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I have the app on the phone, but I haven't touched it at all. But they just shove it down your throats. It's that, and then I think there's they have the games that the characters play in 15, like the little pinball-ish thingy, and then there's some other thing that I saw. Like, guys, there's too much Final Fantasy 15 being shoved down my throat right now. I see ads for so much crap. Like, just stop it. There shouldn't be 3 freaking apps for that game. What's up?
It's also not like helpful that like I think the only like good character in that game is kind of Prompto, and I also like the one of the female. I forget the female villain's name. One of them,
the Dragoon lady.
Yeah, the Dragoon lady. Everyone, I think she's pretty cool, but we don't get to hear that much from her in the main game.
Yeah,
but, like,
and see, that's the problem that I had with 15. There's all these characters that I want to know more about. And all these things that are happening, but they all happen off screen, and you don't really get to understand what these characters are about. You don't see any character development. It's kind of like, oh, Noctis is here.
My real problem with that game is that we're still talking about it a year after it came out. It's like it never came out. There's always
it's still new stuff. Yeah, like it's still not done. and are going into 2018 and going to sell us more content. Like, why was this not all in there? If you can't complete a game for 2 freaking years, why didn't you keep it in development for 2 more years? Like, seriously. Yeah. I know people wanted the game, and I think they were under a contract or something, but comes to a point where it's like, I don't want to give you a poor product.
Well, the devil's advocate is that we'd be here bitching if it wasn't out yet.
This is true, but dude, you're right. You are right, and this is very true. But at the same time, it's like, don't give us an incomplete product, though, man. And I think the problem with that was development just changed so many times, and they didn't know what they were doing, and they never really settled on anything.
There was too many cooks.
So yeah.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many.
That's been happening a lot with Final Fantasy.
All right, I'm back. How bad did Jordan damage control?
He really didn't, dude.
Yeah, I didn't.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying to them, I think like the fact that I personally like that they've been supporting the game with like a lot of free updates. Someone in the chat was saying, I'm pretty sure I heard this too. Some of the story content is gonna be free, but like obviously, you don't want to pay for the extra stuff. So I'm not gonna get the extra stuff. I just think the updates that they've done have been really good and beneficial to the game. They've done like an active quest system that like continues to update so you can keep playing, and I really liked the PS4 Pro update a lot. It made like the PS4 Pro feel like it was like worth getting because like it ran so much better than like the base version. So like I've liked the updates.
So here's the question: what's the better scenario? They never make this story content, but but you don't have to pay for it, or they make this story content and you have to pay for it. Like, what's the better scenario? Content,
just some cosmetics. Like, just give the characters like costumes and shit. I bet people would buy that shit up.
No, but
forget a costume. I want the characters to be freaking fleshed out.
Yeah,
I don't care about the story banter. I want fleshed out characters.
Yeah, but what's the better scenario though? Like, they're fleshing out this story with these DLCs, and it's like, would it be better if they just left it bad?
My thing is this. The game that they released, everyone knows this. They accept this, that it was unfinished. Like they were rushing it even towards the end, and them doing these like episode Prompto, episode Ignis, Gladio. Like you can tell, even the people who played it, they're like, "Oh, I liked it, but it just felt like a mission. It was so short," which makes me believe that they actually did cut it out. Yeah, they did just cut it out so they can say, "Hey, we have a DLC, we have post-content release," because that's one of the hardest things, like, because I don't even think Japan is fully accustomed to the idea of expansion packs with RPGs. Usually their RPGs are very linear, point A, point B, open and shut story. It's very different than the world of Dragon Age and Skyrim and The Witcher, where, like, for example, I'm replaying The Witcher 3 for the 3rd time, and playing on the PS4.
Don't you have a backlog?
Witcher takes priority over everything.
But 3 times?
Yeah.
So do you have like a backlog list? You're going down a list like Witcher 3, Doom,
okay, listen,
Pokemon Sun, Witcher 3 again.
Between every 2 games that I beat, I go back to The Witcher 3. Like, for example, here recently, I beat Persona 5, I beat Jak and Daxter on PS4. Oh, The Witcher 3!
Jesus Christ.
Like, my whole thing is this. When I was playing The Witcher 3, this is the first time I was playing it on PS4 with all the DLC added in. Playing through it, all the DLC would unlock in between the story, so you can go and choose to do that if you want. With Final Fantasy 15, they don't really have that system built in, so I think that's why everything feels disjointed. But I'm done with the game. I played it, uninstalled it, never going back to it, so they can do whatever the heck they want. I don't care.
What annoys me with that game too is like, they have this. Okay, if you haven't beat the game by now, okay, whatever. Spoiler alert!
Oh, wait! I didn't beat. Hold on, just give me the.
Wait, you didn't beat it yet?
You haven't beat it?
No.
Dude, the story's like 10 hours.
The truth comes out.
Seriously, that game is not hard to beat.
All right,
oh my god!
I'm gonna
Ryan,
take it off.
Okay, no.
Ryan, how far have you gotten? Ryan,
no! Don't even ask me.
Let's talk about the true Final Fantasy game from last year.
I didn't play that. Actually.
World of Final Fantasy.
Okay, Ryan, without spoiling anything for you, since you haven't beat it, there was something that happens that they really could have fleshed the world out with, and they didn't.
Okay.
Did Ryan even beat any games in the past year? I'm really curious about
it. Doesn't seem like it. He didn't beat Persona, and he didn't beat Final Fantasy 15. I'm sorry, that is the easiest game to beat, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it.
No. I need no. It needs to be brought up on charges, Ryan, because I remember when they came out with that poll, a Japanese poll. If you had to pick one, Final Fantasy 15 or Persona 5, you were just like, well, I think I just stumbled myself into getting Persona 5. Boy, Ryan, what?
I'm just a person.
There was
with hopes and dreams and fears, just like the rest of you.
Okay, Naruto. All right.
You better believe it.
Yo. Guess what I said in class the other day when we were talking about? I was teaching something. I was like, you know how to do it, and I did this. Got it memorized.
Oh shit!
I straight up said that like they won't get it, but I know what I just did. Got it memorized.
You know what's really sad? Like anytime, like I remember playing Final Fantasy 15. I beat the game in 19 hours and 59 minutes, which was like incredibly disappointing.
I beat it in 13 hours.
So I half my playtime in that game is from the Chocobo Carnival because I went ham in the Chocobo Carnival.
You couldn't even touch it, man.
Because
I installed the game at that point.
It was boring, but I got that dream egg, and now I could get the Assassin's Creed robes for a game I don't play.
That'll bring you back into the world.
Yeah, no. I've been meaning to get to it, actually. Well, what happened? So I got that game for Christmas.
No, you know what happened?
You didn't beat the game, so it doesn't matter.
Pokemon happened.
Beat the game before you do extra content. Dude.
Wait, isn't there a new Pokemon game coming out this year?
Yeah, there's two distinctly different
Sun and Ultra Moon, right?
Two very different games. Would be counted twice if you were to list them on E3.
Isn't that what Nintendo did? Like this is their E3 list: Zelda Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Sun, and Pokemon Moon.
They talked about Rhythm Heaven as well, sir.
Wait, Jamal, what happened to that one weird RPG that they showed? Like after Zelda, it looked so weird. It was on 3DS. We were just like, what is this?
I vaguely know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
was it Miitopia?
No. It was like an RPG. I don't know who, if it was Square Enix or Level 5, but it was you know what I'm talking about, right, Ryan? They showed it.
I vaguely know what you're talking about.
Last year, yeah.
Because I do remember seeing Miitopia. Like, what the heck is that? And then I got it, and it's actually kind of fun. But
alrighty, so now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Do you want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 at all? I feel like
no, we don't want to.
Kingdom Hearts 3 2025. It'll be here. Okay, move on.
No, 2024. Have faith, Jamal. All right, okay. I want to talk about this because I'd say 3 out of 4 of us didn't even know this was happening until Jordan brought it up. Tokyo Game Show.
Oh yeah.
Basically.
So I
think I was at school one day and I saw like, hey, we should talk about Tokyo Game TGS. I'm like, what? Oh crap, that's happening.
So exactly, that's my whole thought process. I didn't even know it was happening, but it always does happen at the end of September. Jordan, I'm going to open the floor to you. Sell us on TGS. What was the most memorable thing outside of Final Fantasy IX re-release on PS4?
You got me. I was going to say Final Fantasy IX, but I mean that was the only. I bought that as soon as I found that.
Yes.
Game, everything about that is so good.
I had been paid. I got it then, and it was cheaper. I had to get it. I got it yesterday because I got paid.
Nice.
So I'm interested to see Left Alive. That looks pretty cool.
Is that the Square game with the Metal Gear artist?
Yeah, anything with that guy is like super hype. He even got he did that Call of Duty art, and that was so cool.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, you know, it was like zombie stuff or something.
He's got that sick watercolor style.
Yeah, I love it. Anything that guy does gets me excited.
Yeah,
but God, yeah. I mean, you're right. There really isn't that much other stuff that I can recall that was announced that's coming to my mind right now that sticks out to me. It's like getting excited over. But I think TGS is getting smaller, but I don't follow it closely.
I blame the PlayStation Experience show.
I was about to say
they got PSX. They got
like Nintendo Directs and stuff like that.
I feel like we're in like a time now where like a lot of games are localized. Like there's not that much anymore that we're missing out on because I feel like so much stuff sells now because there's so many platforms to put it on.
I mean, like hell, even
PC.
Even Final Fantasy 15 had a simultaneous worldwide release. You know, that's like Even Square's on board now. They're like the last ones. Persona 5 was the last big game that had a big delay between releases.
Yeah.
But is Persona 5 even a big game? The only reason it was so big was because everyone was talking about it. Like it's still not big
because it took so dang long to come out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so unfortunate that so many, like, it's the same thing that happened the year The Last of Us came out. It's so unfortunate that so many games that could be considered Game of the Years have come out now, because I feel like it's just either going to be Zelda or Horizon for most people. Those games deserk it, honestly, but like it's so sad.
Persona is, I've been seeing Persona creep on like the gold. What's that thing?
Black Horse is the Dark Horse.
Yeah.
So right now my Game of the Year is Persona 5. So far.
If I had to pick one from the games that I've played and completed, I'd say Persona 5, but I have a feeling if I play Nier more, Horizon, I definitely think that I'll probably end up with the triple tie. I don't know.
This is probably going to get it, guys. Just
probably.
Yeah,
it's been a while. It's been a while since the Nintendo game got.
I will say myself, while it is a great game, I really don't think it deserves Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I really don't think it.
Baby's first Witcher.
Monster Hunter was at TGS too.
Yo, that's another thing that
PS4 Pro was January. That PS4 Pro was sick.
Yo, that's a good point you brought up. Like normally under normal circumstances, Monster Hunter Worlds would have been like the big reveal at TGS, but they actually showed that at E3, so that was like crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think with all these Japanese games that are coming out and how Sony is trying to push.
Oh, sorry, never mind.
Okay. Well, Sony's trying to push all these games because they know there's a market. We're going to be seeing them less at TGS and more at PlayStation Experience, Paris Games Week, E3, and of course Nintendo Direct. So, yeah, TGS. I guess I don't know. The cool niche Japanese game thing is kind of over since, like you said, Jordan, everything is getting localized.
Yeah. I feel like very few things that don't know. I can't buy everything. It's unfortunate.
Games have spoken in the U.S., so everything gets localized.
Yeah. I really want to play East, but like I don't have the money.
So, Chris, you know how you said them on times. Chris, you know how you said them on Two Strikes.
Yeah.
I did something recently, and if I told you what it was,
he bought Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh,
you know,
is that what it is,
bro?
Wait,
is it?
So you bought Marvel vs. Capcom, but you don't finish Persona?
I was kidding. What?
Oh my god!
I've actually heard that Marvel vs. Capcom is ugly and the story sucks, but the gameplay is good.
Yeah, no, the gameplay is
awesome.
The gameplay is fire. It is fire.
You know, gameplay is fire.
Persona.
Yeah.
Too.
I forgot. Neo did come out this year.
Your game, that's right.
Yes,
I actually got
play that. Wait, you bought Neo, Ryan?
No, I got the.
I'm about to say like.
I got the deluxe edition of Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh my god!
Did you really, dude? Oh my god!
I'm hovering over his name right now.
You kick him out, man.
I might. I have it on eject. I'm just so tempted.
It wasn't the figure edition. It wasn't the figures.
Did you get the little Easter eggs?
All right, chat. Hit the verdict. Should I eject Ryan for his 3 fraudulent strikes today?
1 to eject, 2 to keep.
I missed the days when I was banning people from chat.
Yeah. We had to take away your mob powers because of that.
Well, no, hold on. Those were bad comments. I banned people for.
The boss is oh man. So 1 to eject, 2 to keep. All right. So we got
2. We got a 1.
We have fraudulent. I don't know if
2.
That sounds like an eject. Oh, it's
even right now, man.
Dang. You got some for, you got some against. Oh.
Keep Ryan.
Oh. So y'all, what? No, this ain't right.
Ryan, they like you.
No.
They like you.
No. Y'all. No.
1/2. Get that out of here, Hollow Man. 1/2. What the hell is that?
1/2.
A fire rises.
Jesus.
No.
We'll take that control of the city.
1. All right, there we go. We got the 1. We got 2 1s. No, Josh, you just changed your number. What the hell? All right, there we go. There we go. We got Maddie on Team Eject. There we go. Free Ryan. No, he ain't gonna be. Where he gonna be? Man, can
Yo,
I
did y'all forget that this man forgot that he met me in person? Like,
all right, so let me. Okay, I think some people here they don't know what happened. So first off, he forgot that he met Jamal.
Wait, no, that is unfair. That is unfair.
What? No, it happened. You said it, and it's at the beginning of this podcast. Don't you deny it?
I remembered that when I said that, I immediately remembered.
I don't care. You still forgot.
Just bullshit. This is
just because you admitted it. All right, so chat. That's the first red flag. Second red flag.
There was no second red flag.
Yeah, there was.
No, second red flag is you haven't finished Persona or Final Fantasy 15 yet.
Exactly.
Hold on. Persona 5 is a very long game. Give me
Wait, aren't you the dude who plays Pokemon games?
It came out in April.
Pokemon games? Aren't you the dude who plays Pokemon games religiously the day they come out?
Not Sun and Moon. That one took me a while. I did.
You just got gold and
like
silver,
what? 60, 61 hours? 61 hours?
No. It's actually 30.
Plus 60?
No, not this time. I actually like Sun and Moon were kind of ruined for me. I don't want to get into it, but it's like I'm like kind of it's a long story.
All right, and his third strike was not. You know, this might be an unfolding strike, Jamal. This might be the first time we find an unfolding L. He bought the deluxe edition of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like, that's just so many L's in and of itself, man.
I've thought about getting it, but the deluxe edition.
Well, no, because I want the DLC characters.
That'd be as dumb as buying like the Destiny Deluxe Edition day one.
Here's my reasoning for it. It's because like if I bought it through Gamers Club, I was able to get it through the season pass for 20% off, as opposed to like if I didn't buy the Deluxe Edition, like I'd have to buy the season pass at full price on the store.
Or like, just don't buy the game. You know,
I'm about to save that clip.
Yeah. All right, there are better fighters out there that deserve your time more than that game.
7 is like the best fighting game of the year.
Yeah, Tekken 7, Injustice, so many better options.
Injustice 2 is really good. I've been playing Injustice also.
Yo, and then like I said, I will not deny. I have heard that Marvel is a very good game to play. The story sucks and it's ugly, but it's fun.
It's very fun. It's very fun.
Okay. Well, those are your gaming impressions. Speaking of upcoming fighters, 2 in the first quarter of next year. Dissidia and Dragon Ball Fight. Oh my God!
Hit the nut button.
Did any of you play either beta?
No, I didn't get a chance. I didn't sign up for either. So I'm just like, what?
I signed up for Dissidia, and I'm salty that I didn't get it. And one of our mutual friends, got both of them.
So you want to know the odds of getting into that Fighter Z beta? There was 200,000 sign-ups to the Fighter Z beta. There was 3,000 slots.
And yo, he got it. I hate him.
It's like I think it's like just about a 1% chance of getting in.
I hate him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, both.
So did Jordan? You get a chance to play it?
I didn't get to play Fighters. I did get to play Dissidia though.
What'd you think of it?
So like the thing that I'm excited about now is do you guys like Dissidia Final Fantasy? Like, do you like the PSP ones?
I liked the second one a lot.
I wasn't on my PSP, so I didn't play them.
They're definitely like not as in-depth fighters as obviously Dragon Ball FighterZ, but they're still fun games. I thought like they're fun like as an action RPG kind of fighter, and I like that this one's more team-based because they've got cool game modes that they're doing, and a lot of stuff that they showed off at Tokyo Game Show actually was pretty cool. Originally, my biggest issue with the game was like the screen was so like the UI was terrible, like it was awful. But they fixed it. In the latest trailer, it looked a lot cleaner and like not too many stats and skill. Like they had like 3 skills on like the bottom left of the screen. It was way too much. Too many pictures of characters and health bars and a map, and it was crazy. You couldn't actually watch the characters fight, and that's what Dissidia is like all about. Watching like your favorite Final Fantasy characters fight each other. It's like imagine having Smash Bros with like a bunch of the fucking stats in your face and shit.
Yeah.
But they seem to take that feedback like very well because they cleaned it up a lot and it actually looks good now. Like you can see everything because there's so much happening in the city of Final Fantasy that you need to be able to see what's going on.
I hope the
skills are so big and like
especially now having 3-on-3. God, I can only
exactly. You can't see like 3 different characters coming at you if they all target you. But I'm expecting it to be a lot better now when they open it back up because the screen looks so much better, and that'll be such a much better experience, I think. And
I know you boys have that Fighter Z edition, Collector Z edition pre-ordered.
Oh hell yeah! Fuck.
I want to.
I actually don't.
I want to, but
I don't. I have a house. I have bills, so I don't want to spend the money on it.
I'm cheap. I'm holding back on my collector's editions.
Like that's the only collector's edition that I have pre-ordered. Well, no, for next year, I have that.
Wait, when does that come out?
February. February.
Oh, you have time.
Let me go ahead and do that and start saving every month for it.
Right. So my whole thing is this.
I'm gonna do it right now.
I haven't played Dissidia, but I remember when it came, like when the beta dropped, right? I saw so many mixed opinions. Like people didn't like the controls. Some people said it was so much slower, and of course the HUD was a big complaint. Now, from what you've seen, does the gameplay still feel the same? Like, what was the big deal with the controls that people were saying?
I can definitely see the targeting was a little weird. Like, I think it definitely controls a little weird, but even with I feel like the buttons, they don't have it right yet. I hope they'll have it where you can kind of customize them yourself, but it's Square Enix, so
yeah, who
knows what they're gonna do. I didn't have as much of a problem with like learning how to fight and stuff. I was kicking people's asses online though, so I was sitting there. I practiced and played it a lot, but I could definitely see where people are coming from. It's not the most. It doesn't feel the best, but I mean the UI, like the HUD, was the biggest thing for me personally. Like I'm really happy that they fixed that now.
I gotta go look this up. Like this HUD apparently was horrendous.
Yeah, it was very bad. Even when I became in Japan too, because it's originally an arcade game. I saw the game. I've always wanted to try it because I love the PSP ones. And I was like, even the arcade, the HUD was like, I hated it.
Yeah, it's been out in arcades for a while.
Since like 2015, I think, which is pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, that HUD had to go.
And just watch if like people fighting and like just so much happening on the screen, you can't really see what's happening.
Bro, they got like all the characters on this side and all the characters on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like what the fuck?
I think
this looks like an MMO.
TGS trailer. I think you'll see the new HUD that they have in the game.
I'm about to go look this up right now.
But yeah, I mean, I think Square Enix has been good lately about taking fan feedback with things. I mean, I think even with the Final Fantasy 15 demo, they fixed like the combat a lot from that demo because I hated the combat in the original demo for the game.
Yeah, and the HUD was different in that. What is their problem with HUDs?
I don't know. They're trying to do too much.
Haven't they Best Buy, this game comes out December 31st, guys.
No, they haven't updated the date.
So many games have come out December 31st of their respective years. It's crazy.
Oh man, but yeah. So I think this is a good point to wrap up today's episode, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Oh, you know what the funny thing is? Our first freaking topic. We didn't even answer it. Wow.
Oh, we didn't. You're right. Because
Jordan gave like I think the best answer out of all of us. His was, there's still games I gotta play. But as far as games this fall that I'm looking forward to that I'm gonna pick up, I have it. You know what? I am gonna load up Wikipedia right quick because there's so many damn games coming out, and I have things tiered. So there's day ones for me that I'm absolutely going to get without a shadow of doubt. Then there's the price drop, so anywhere from $40 and below. And then there's just, I want to play it, but I ain't trying to. Nah.
I did put 350 hours into Pokemon XL, Chris, to answer your question.
See, you could have took a third of those hours and put them into Persona.
No, I couldn't because Persona wasn't out yet.
Well, you could have.
No.
You could have made it work. All right, so let's see.
100 hours in Omega Ruby.
Wow.
I lost my Alpha Sapphire.
Boo.
I still have it. I only have like half an hour.
No idea where that game is, dude. I don't know where it is. It's gone.
I have no idea why I bought that game.
I was gonna buy it
because Gen 3 was lit.
It was. That's exactly why I bought it, and then I only played it for like 30 minutes. Just never picked it back up.
Why are they even bothering releasing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon later when they just released the best Pokemon games?
So I just bought my first fall game of the season, which was Danganronpa V3. I know probably out of the four of us here, Jordan probably, right?
I know it very well. I have not played any of them.
Wait, you the Vita Island guy? What?
I'm the Vita Island guy, but I have not played Danganronpa. I want to really bad, but I don't. I want to have the time, and I want to be able to like sit through it and enjoy it because I don't want to be like jumping back and forth into a visual novel. You know what I mean? Right. It's not my favorite genre. You know, I'm skeptical about trying to hop into a series because I don't want to buy it and be disappointed. I'm always skeptical with visual novels, but like I guess Persona is kind of a visual novel-ish game, but like it also is like a really good action, a regular RPG. Jesus, almost called it an action RPG.
Did any of us finish the last Guardian?
I didn't even open it. I got it for free.
God.
I didn't even open it.
I always need to get back to that one too because I just want to know. I just want to know.
I think I'm really close, but I keep trying and I get so bored. I'm like, oh, I just don't want to play anymore.
It's a 10-year-old game. That's
it ain't Shadow of the Colossus.
So, can't wait. So yeah, I bought my first game of the fall season, Danganronpa. Then there's a bunch of stuff in October that I would get day one, but I am gonna wait on, like Evil Within. I'm gonna wait on like the first one. Middle Earth. I'm not a fan of what WB is doing, so that's gonna wait. South Park. Now, I would get South Park day one, like I did with the first one, but the length, if it's as short as the first one, Stick of Truth, I might just kind of wait.
That's perfect. That's the perfect length for a game. You get it done in a weekend. You go on with your life.
But $60.
You don't get roasted for not beating it a year later.
Yeah. Well, some of us don't have those problems. Some of us, complete.
You absolutely have that problem, Chris.
No, some of us complete our most anticipated games. In my case, I get shit discounted months later. You be buying shit just to say I bought it.
Not really, not often. I used to be a lot worse at that, but I cooled down with that a lot.
Oh no, I respect that. Yeah. So I think out of all the games in October, the only one that I think I'd really just go for day one is probably Wolfenstein 2.
When do you get a Switch?
On the Switch?
No, Chris, when do you get a Switch?
Honestly, I was thinking probably at the end of the year if I can see a holiday bundle because I know I'll have at least like 3-4 games I want. But
Mario, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I might take that plunge because I'm playing the Vita again, and I like handheld. So
the thing about it too is you get the Mario bundle, you can get Zelda as well. So you got two.
Big
ones to play.
They don't do the Nintendo thing where they charge you for both games, but they say it's a good deal bundle.
And you can get Splatoon 2, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, if I get a Switch, of course I'll play Mario. I'll play Zelda. I'll pick up some stuff. Let's see.
You know what special edition I have pre-ordered right now? You're saying before the Fighters one. I pre-ordered just to be safe. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but I have Xenoblade 2 pre-ordered, the collector's edition or whatever.
When you pre-order something just to be safe, it means you're not going to cancel it.
Yes,
when you pre-order something just to be safe, it's Nintendo.
Yep.
You're not going to have enough.
Yo, Xenoblade 1. I am one of the few owners of that.
I got that.
I have it.
Actually, when I went to PAX East, I had it on pre-order here, but I was going to be in PAX East. One of my friends in Boston pre-ordered it for me up there, so I got my copy when I was in Boston at PAX East.
It's Beautiful. So good.
And the last game, which this is probably my most anticipated fall game. I don't know if people consider it sad or not. Okami HD.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, physical release, $20. Getting it.
16 with the club.
Wait, what happened?
16 with the club.
Yeah, 16 with the club.
Yo, that's a day one for me then.
Yo, the Switch version would be hype.
Legit, that would be really good.
That shit worked on the Wii. That's how I played Okami. But yeah, like this fall, there's a lot of games that I want to play, but I'll just price drop them, so I'll probably only get 1 or 2, and that's it. Yeah. Okami's definitely the one.
I mean, wait, are you done with yours?
I'm done. I mean, because all the other games that like I would want to get, like Mario, they're on the Switch. I don't have a Switch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, for me, I mean, you know, I'm back in teacher mode, so I don't really care about what's coming out. I don't think about it. So Mario is the only thing that's really on my radar. Well, yeah, that's all I know that's coming out soon. I think that Fire Emblem Heroes or Warriors, I mean, is out on my birthday, October 20th. So.
I forgot one. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
If it's not a train wreck, I'm getting that.
It looks like it's not gonna be.
Yeah,
I like the free DLC thing.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't really know if anything else that's coming out on the PS4 that I really want.
You got another Assassin's Creed.
I've never played any of them, so I'm playing Knack 2.
You got another. I got Knack 2. Knack 2's actually kind of all right.
You got the free thing, right?
You got Red Dead 2. Oh wait, no, you don't.
You've got Nino.
So like,
no, you don't.
You got Crackdown 3. Anybody?
Rip.
No.
Only on Xbox One X.
I'm just looking forward to Scalebound.
Oh.
On Xbox One X.
I mean, this isn't fall. This isn't a fall release. This is New Year release. Monster Hunter.
Yes, isn't that in January?
Yeah, that's in January.
Bruh, praise the sun.
I'm gonna be so addicted to that game. I know it.
So you know what? I think the only game I'm gonna get this fall is about to be Okami, and I'm just gonna save for everything else next year because next year looks fucking. I don't even want to talk about next year. Spider-Man, freaking Days Gone,
God of War.
I don't want to talk about it when we start talking about it.
Kingdom Hearts 3. What a time to be alive.
When we have that game
so
in our hand, we have that game in our hand.
It has to come out next year.
If you want to see a grown-ass man cry, just catch me on the day that game comes out.
we all need to pre-order the game at the same Best Buy and go pick it up.
It's going to be
legit. The games are going to be all digital.
Chris,
I hate to do this.
Chris, what's going to happen?
Hey, I need to say something. I gotta go. So I'll talk to y'all later. It's been cool. Signing out. Tundex, all the things. Tundex_YT. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and then Snapchat. All that.
It's a boy.
Bye.
Adios. Okay, but yeah, so we all, since the three of us here, and we're in a relevant area, we are all going to pre-order Kingdom Hearts from the same dang store and pick it up. Wait, I don't have to. I'm getting mine for $40.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. I got my thing pre-ordered from freaking 2013, man.
Well, what's gonna happen? I can see the future. What's gonna happen is that they're gonna have a Square Enix store exclusive collector's edition.
Yep, they are.
So
$100
or $300. If they
they can't do. I wouldn't pre-order a $300 Kingdom Hearts collector's edition.
I'm going to if they do.
I tap out at $100, $120 at most.
If they do the same exact collector's edition they did for Final Fantasy 15, but for Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm going to do it.
So wait, with the Sora figure?
Yeah, if they do it, I'm snapping.
$300 though.
Figure though, like it's got to be a one-time thing.
With the Steelbook, it doesn't come with the season pass.
There's going to be a season pass for that game too, and I'm going to cry.
There totally is.
No, they said in an interview, like, we built the game to accommodate DLC, but that doesn't mean we're confirming DLC, which basically means they confirm DLC.
What the fuck? But yeah, so I think I'm just going to buy Okami this fall, and maybe Star Wars, and then just wait.
So the games, I don't know if the only game I know for a fact I'm going to buy day one are both Destiny 2 on the PC, because that's not out yet.
I thought it was out.
Yeah, no, that comes out in October.
That's so good.
Oh, okay.
And I'm also going to get Pokemon Ultra Sun/Moon day one, guaranteed. I'm on the fence about Mario, or maybe waiting for the holidays for that one. Not sure. Other games I'm looking forward to are Wolfenstein and I don't know what else.
Xenoblade and Mario.
No, I'm not into Xenoblade. That was like the worst trailer ever.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I'm just more excited for like the gameplay.
If it's more like the first game and not like the sequel, I think I'll like it.
That's what I'm hoping.
I love the first game story and the characters.
I thought Xenoblade Chronicles, the one on the Wii U, I thought that was the sequel.
No, it's just the Xenoblade game. Like it's literally just that. But Jordan, you comment on this real quick, and I wish Jamal was here so we could have talked about it before we go. Destiny 2 is out. Have you played it?
Yeah, I did get it as a gift. I wasn't originally planning on buying on it, but I guess like that really, really big hype wave that like came a few days before the game came out kind of caught me, and I was like, okay, I'm interested in trying this again because I didn't hate Destiny 1. It was kind of miserable playing it for the first couple of months, but like, I swear to God, they fixed it.
So, but, like, how would you best describe it? I mean, when we all bought onto the hype of Destiny because we had the amazing alpha. Like when I played the game, it literally felt like a more polished version of Borderlands, but without the fun of Borderlands, and it was just the same thing over and over and over. So, what's the secret sauce for Destiny 2?
Children.
I've spoken to people. One of my friends has like played the game as far as you can go, and I think he said once you get to that point, you're gonna have to wait for DLC unless you just want to just play multiplayer. It's like there is a lot more to do now that feels really rewarding. In the first game, it was a lot of you ran the same stuff and you wouldn't get rewarded for it, and it would just be like you would sink hours and get nothing out of it. They fixed the grinding system, they fixed the loot system, they've made it a lot more fun, and it feels like all the right things. But yeah, there is that once you get like. You have to put a lot of hours into it, but once you cap out, like there's really nothing else to do. So
hey Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, so it's still got the same process.
I have a friend who put 60 days in the Destiny 1.
That's crazy.
60. Jeez. I mean, you think it's an MMO, but without all the rewards of the MMO. I mean, because here's my thing. My whole thing is this. At some point further down the road, like I like having these multiplayer. I like multiplayer games, but I like co-op more than anything. So if I were to have a good game later down the road, it'd be great. But my whole problem is the trap of the first Destiny was I bought it, I did everything I had to do, and then it was just, do all the raids and the strikes over and over and over again, and that wasn't fun to me. Then they started coming out with all the DLC, and everyone and their dog said that, this is the real Destiny game once you get this expansion. But no. When you get this expansion, that's the realer Destiny. And like I ended up buying both the expansions, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered for $70 during a Christmas sale last year on PSN. And I played the Taken King. I was like, okay, this is a little bit better. And I still have yet to touch Rise of the Iron or whatever, the Iron Giant. And I'm just like debating with myself, okay, if I didn't finish this, why would I want Destiny 2? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I couldn't say whether you like it or not. It's definitely got a lot of it's definitely a fixed version of Destiny. The thing is, like, it's still like it's still like the same number of planets, but there's more to do on them. I think with the first one, you would go through the story and then you wouldn't really go back to the planets because there wasn't much to get on them. There was better ways of getting gear than exploring. But now, like, you do explore the planets a lot more, so like it feels more significant, even though it's still the same number. It's definitely deeper, but like I'm glad I got it as a gift and didn't pay for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, if it's free, it's for me. I mean, unless it's like.
Yeah, I definitely had fun with it, and I mean, Bungie obviously can make a solid shooter, and the multiplayer is fun. And I super love PvP, so.
Well, I have a squad getting it on PC, so I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah, if you have friends, it's so much fun. Like I played it with one of my close friends who goes to school upstate, and we were having a blast. So much fun.
If you don't have friends, though, then don't get this game.
Yeah, it makes it really hard to like play if you don't have like you have to like go on their app, and like I've never really liked that, but I kind of get why you need to because you need to communicate with people, and they don't have like a keyboard like most MMOs do. So.
Oh, so they created their own app you download?
Yeah, you have to download an app, and you can like start up groups and like find parties and stuff to do like raids because you need like 6 people, and the raid ends the raids and the strikes don't have like a search option, but I think they just added something that they're in like the beta of, where like your clan can get points if you like queue up and help people that are searching for others. So like you can't exactly just search for random players. You get paired with people that actually want to help you finish it, which is kind of cool. But it's in like beta right now, so they are kind of implementing that. But yeah, it's definitely annoying if like you don't have people to play with like right there, because you do have to use the app to fill up your party. So
okay, I see. So it's down that whole games as a service long term route thing, right?
Yeah, it tries to be an MMO, but it's also trying to be a game that's like normal and $60, but has, I don't know. It's not like they're doing like MMO formula that's like weird sometimes. So
yeah, I see.
I'm definitely not going to go back to it after like October, but I definitely still play the Crucible sometimes, and I'm pretty high up. I haven't done the raid yet though. I'm going to probably do that soon, and then probably be done with the game.
That's the thing. I thought the general consensus with the first Destiny is that the multiplayer was trash, because I played the multiplayer and I couldn't.
There's no like real system behind it, like with stats or anything. That's why I don't like it. There's no real reason to get super competitive with it. They just added something though, like that you can do. They fixed up the multiplayer with these really intensive like gear-based game modes where you can get better gear and shit. I don't know if I haven't done it yet though. In 2, it's like a weird game mode. It's like trials or something. It's really strange, but it's something. A little bit better than the normal PvP.
Alrighty then. Well, that's how we'll end off tonight's podcast. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Where can these lovely people find y'all? What are you up to? Usual debauchery. Let them know, Jordan.
I write at dualshockers.com, and you can find me on Twitter at Jordan G. Boyd. All one word. So come hang out and talk if you want.
Coolio. Ryan?
I'm pretty much off the grid.
All right, he's off the grid for that one too. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our quarterly episode. Yeah, we will see y'all, December, January, New Year's Eve special, New Year's Day special?
Whenever the investors demand a summary, a balance sheet, they say.
Yes, yeah. So with any luck, hopefully before the next big slew of games, we'll probably do a precursor episode to, this is the last podcast
PSX.
you'll see till 2019. Maybe PSX. Oh, I'm actually going to PSX this year, so.
I might be too. Maybe. It's a super maybe right now. I'll keep you updated.
Is DualShockers going to fly you out?
I'll tell you quickly after we shut that. It's a whole other story we shouldn't get into.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll leave y'all with that suspense. All right, y'all have a good one. Enjoy your weekends. Keep your teeth white, and stay hydrated. Peace.